Hey history lovers! Today we're going on an adventure to explore how Moors and Jews changed Spain forever. Our story begins way back in the 7th century when Arabs moved across North Africa, changing Europe forever. Imagine this. It's the late 7th century. Moulay Idris, related to Muhammad's son-in-law, Ali, just took over northern Morocco. But the big change came with his son, Idris II, who started the kingdom of Fez. Meanwhile, across the sea in Spain, Jewish people were being treated very badly. Many escaped to Morocco to be safe. And that's where our story really starts. In the year 711, the Moors, led by Tariq ibn Ziyad, invaded Spain by sea. They crossed the Strait of Gibraltar, the narrow waterway between Africa and Europe. Story goes, Tariq burned his ships when he landed, telling his soldiers there was no going back. Pretty brave, huh? The Moors, teaming up with their Jewish allies, quickly took over the Visigothic kingdom of Spain. This teamwork was a super smart move. Jewish people, who had a hard time under the Visigoths, found new chances with the Moors. They became important advisors, helpers, and scholars in the new government, starting a rebirth of culture. Moorish Spain, called Al-Andalus, became a super cool place of knowledge and acceptance. Cities like Cordoba and Toledo became learning and culture centers. Jewish scholars translated old books, saving the knowledge of the Greeks and Romans. At the same time, Moorish builders made amazing buildings like the Alhambra and the Great Mosque of Cordoba. It was a great time. This time also saw important people like Maimonides, a Jewish philosopher and doctor, whose writings were important for both Islamic and Christian thought. The Moors and Jews working together made a really special mix of cultures and ideas. They weren't just getting by, they were doing great. But, like all good times, this one ended. Christians slowly took back control of Spain, and finally, Granada fell in 1492. But what happened during this time is still important today. What the Moors and Jews did built the base for the Renaissance and changed how Europe turned out. So, the next time you see pictures of the Alhambra or read about Maimonides, remember the awesome team that made it happen. The Moors and Jews working together in Al-Andalus wasn't just a small thing in history, it was a huge change that shaped Spain forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell for more history videos. See you next time, and keep exploring the past to understand what's happening now.
Did you know that the Moors and Jews played a crucial role in shaping Iberia's history during the medieval period? The unique alliance between the Moors and Jews in Iberia is a fascinating chapter in history that's often overlooked, but its significance and relevance to modern discussions of cultural unity cannot be overstated. The Moors and Jews faced numerous challenges in Iberia, from persecution and discrimination to the struggle for coexistence in a constantly changing political landscape. As we explore this crucial period in history, we'll delve into the ways in which these communities adapted and responded to their circumstances. One of the most significant obstacles they faced was the Reconquista, a centuries-long struggle for control of the Iberian Peninsula that pitted Christian kingdoms against Muslim states. This ongoing conflict created an atmosphere of tension and uncertainty, making it difficult for Moors and Jews to maintain their cultural identities and traditions. Despite these challenges, the Moors and Jews found ways to thrive and even flourish in Iberia. They developed complex networks of trade and commerce, exchanged ideas and cultural practices, and built vibrant communities that reflected their unique perspectives and experiences. However, as the Reconquista gained momentum, the Moors and Jews were increasingly forced to navigate a treacherous landscape of shifting alliances and rivalries. In many cases, they were caught in the crossfire of competing Christian kingdoms and Muslim states, each seeking to expand its territory and influence at the expense of others. This fragile and often precarious existence made it essential for the Moors and Jews to form strategic alliances and negotiate delicate balances of power in order to survive. In the Iberian Peninsula, a complex interplay of cultures and empires shaped the course of history. From the powerful Caliphate of Córdoba to the rising Christian kingdoms of Leon and Castile, each player vied for dominance in a region marked by stunning cultural and linguistic diversity. Against this backdrop, the Moors and Jews developed a sophisticated understanding of one another, rooted in a deep appreciation for their shared cultural heritage and a pragmatic recognition of their mutual interests. The city of Granada, perched on the snow-capped Sierra Nevada mountains, became a symbol of Moorish power and elegance, its stunning architecture and vibrant markets a testament to the cultural achievements of the Islamic world. Meanwhile, the Jewish community in Granada thrived, producing esteemed scholars and poets who made significant contributions to the region's rich cultural tapestry. One pivotal moment in the alliance between the Moors and Jews was the Battle of Las Navas de Tolosa in 1212, a decisive Christian victory that marked a turning point in the Reconquista. In the aftermath of this battle, the Moors and Jews were forced to re-evaluate their strategies and allegiances, leading to a complex series of negotiations and power plays that would shape the course of Iberian history for centuries to come. In the Treaty of Cazorla, signed in 1179, the Moorish Kingdom of Valencia and the Jewish community of Tortosa forged a groundbreaking agreement that protected Jewish rights and privileges, marking a high point in the alliance between the two communities. This treaty, and others like it, demonstrate the ability of the Moors and Jews to forge strong bonds and work towards common goals, even in the face of adversity. The historical significance of the Moors and Jews in Iberia cannot be overstated. Their unique alliance, forged in the crucible of cultural exchange and cooperation, serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of unity and collaboration in the face of adversity. In conclusion, the story of the Moors and Jews in Iberia is a testament to the power of cultural fusion and the human spirit's capacity to overcome even the most daunting challenges. What do you think about cultural alliances in history? Have any favorite examples or stories to share? Let us know in the comments below, and be sure to check out our other videos for more fascinating historical insights.
The Iberian Peninsula, a land of big mountains and vast landscapes, has always been a place of natural beauty and strategic importance. Its green plains and fertile lands have seen many civilizations come and go, each leaving their mark on this storied land. In the 700s AD, a new group arrived, changing Spain forever. These were the Moors, a people from North Africa, who brought with them a rich mix of culture, knowledge, and new ideas. The Moors introduced advanced agricultural techniques, new architectural styles, and a wealth of scientific knowledge. Their influence was profound and far-reaching. Their arrival started a new time in Spain, a time of sharing and learning. The Moors and the local population engaged in a vibrant exchange of ideas and traditions. The Moors' time in Spain, called Al-Andalus, lasted for over 700 years, leaving a lasting mark on the land and its people. From buildings and science to art and music, their influence was everywhere. The artistic and musical traditions of Spain were deeply enriched by Moorish contributions, creating a unique blend that can still be seen and heard today. Their influence touched every part of Spanish society, from the way people lived and worked to the very fabric of their daily lives. This wasn't just a takeover, but a vibrant time of cultures mixing together, where Islamic, Christian, and Jewish traditions combined to create something unique and lasting. The legacy of this period is a testament to the power of cultural exchange and the enduring impact of the Moors on Spanish history and identity. In the year 711 AD, a Berber general named Tariq ibn Ziyad led an army across the Strait of Gibraltar. This marked the beginning of a significant chapter in the history of the Iberian Peninsula. Tariq, a skilled and determined leader, commanded a diverse force of Berber and Arab soldiers, all united under the banner of the Umayyad Caliphate. This narrow waterway between Europe and Africa became the entry point for the Moorish conquest of Spain. The strategic importance of the Strait of Gibraltar cannot be overstated. It served as a crucial gateway that allowed Tariq's forces to penetrate deep into the heart of the Iberian Peninsula. Tariq's landing at the bottom of a huge rock, later named Gebel al Tarik, the Mountain of Tarik after him, was a very important moment in history. This monumental event not only marked the beginning of the Moorish presence in Spain, but also set the stage for centuries of cultural and political influence that would shape the region's future. The Moors, a mix of Arabs and Berbers, were a powerful force. Their unity and shared purpose made them formidable opponents. The combination of their diverse backgrounds and military expertise allowed them to adapt to various challenges and environments. Their cavalry, known for being fast and nimble, swept across the Iberian Peninsula, quickly defeating the Visigoths who had ruled Spain for a long time. The Visigoths, despite their established presence, were no match for the swift and strategic maneuvers of the Moorish forces. The speed of the Moorish advance shows how good they were at fighting and planning. Their ability to quickly mobilize and execute complex strategies was a testament to their military prowess and organizational skills, which played a crucial role in their successful conquest of the region. Christian writers from that time, though not always fair, give us a glimpse of how the Moors were seen by their enemies. These accounts, often written with a bias, still provide valuable insights into the perceptions and fears of the era. They paint a vivid picture of the Moors, who were both respected and feared by their contemporaries. They describe the Moorish warriors as strong and scary, with faces as dark as night and eyes that shone brightly. These descriptions were meant to evoke a sense of mystery and danger, highlighting the stark contrast between the Moors and the European locals. The Moors' appearance and demeanor left a lasting impression on those who encountered them. These descriptions show the fear and awe the Moors inspired, and also how different they seemed to the people they conquered. The Moors' advanced military tactics and their ability to adapt to different combat situations made them formidable opponents. Their presence on the battlefield was a testament to their strategic prowess and their ability to inspire both respect and fear. The Moors' success in battle wasn't just because they were brave fighters. Their military strategies were sophisticated and well-planned, often outmaneuvering their enemies with clever tactics and superior knowledge of the terrain. Their ability to coordinate large-scale operations was a key factor in their numerous victories. They were also great at organizing and supplying their armies. Efficient logistics ensured that their troops were well-fed, well-armed, and ready for battle at all times. This level of organization was crucial for maintaining their dominance over vast territories and for sustaining long-term military campaigns. They set up a clever system to govern their new lands. Their administrative skills were just as impressive as their military prowess. By implementing effective governance structures, they were able to maintain control over diverse populations and ensure the smooth running of their territories. Also, they were tolerant of the Jewish and Christian communities, which helped keep the peace and made their rule more stable. This tolerance fostered a sense of coexistence and mutual respect, allowing different cultures and religions to thrive under Moorish rule. Their inclusive approach to governance contributed to the prosperity and stability of their empire. Under Moorish rule, Spain had a golden age of culture and learning. The Moors, who loved knowledge and the arts, turned the Iberian Peninsula into a center of learning and creativity. Cities like Cordoba, their capital, became famous across Europe for their libraries, universities, and busy markets. The Moors' buildings are perhaps what we remember most. The Great Mosque of Cordoba, with its amazing arches and detailed mosaics, shows their artistic genius. The Alhambra Palace in Granada, with its peaceful gardens and stunning views, is another example of how they combined beauty with practicality. The Moors weren't just builders, but also pioneers in many areas of knowledge. They brought new crops and ways of watering fields, improving farming and making the region richer. Their advances in math, astronomy, and medicine were way ahead of their time. People like Averroes, a famous scholar from Cordoba, helped save and explain ancient Greek writings, especially the works of Aristotle. Their translations and comments on these old texts would later be very important for the European Renaissance. The Moors' focus on education and learning left a big mark on European thought. The Moors' time in Spain finally ended in 1492, when Granada fell to the Catholic monarchs. But their influence on Spanish culture continues today. From the lively flamenco music and dance to the beautiful tile work and architecture, the Moors' legacy is part of Spanish society. Their focus on knowledge, tolerance, and sharing culture reminds us of a time when different religions and cultures lived together peacefully and thrived on the Iberian Peninsula. The story of the Moors in Spain shows the power of cultural exchange and how much one civilization can influence another.
Join me as I dive deep into Spain's history and try to uncover the secrets of the forgotten conquest by Jews and Moors. When we think about Spain, we often conjure up images of Christopher Columbus, the Spanish Inquisition, and the grandeur of the Catholic monarchs. However, there's a fascinating chapter in Spain's history that's often overlooked: the conquest by Jews and Moors. It's a story that's full of intrigue, cultural exchange, and monumental achievements that shaped the country into what it is today. One of the main challenges in understanding this historical narrative is that there are many misconceptions and a general lack of awareness among the public. Many people believe that the Moorish occupation was just a brief period of time, or that the Jewish community in Spain was insignificant. Others think that this period in history was marked by constant conflict and violence. But the reality is much more complex and nuanced. Another issue we face when trying to delve into this topic is the scarcity of reliable sources. Many historical records from that time period have been lost or destroyed, leaving us with incomplete information. Additionally, the passage of time has led to the distortion of facts, and myths have been perpetuated through the centuries. We must also recognize that the victors often write history, and in this case, the Catholic monarchs were the ones who ultimately came out on top. This means that the history of the Jewish and Moorish presence in Spain has often been filtered through a Catholic lens, which can be biased and incomplete. On top of all this, there's the obstacle of language barriers. Many of the historical texts from that time period are written in languages like Arabic and Hebrew, which can be inaccessible to those who don't speak them. This has led to a lack of understanding and appreciation for the incredible cultural achievements of the Jewish and Moorish communities in Spain. The historical context of the Jewish and Moorish presence in Spain is a fascinating one. The Moors, who were Muslim people from North Africa, began their conquest of Spain in the 8th century. They brought with them a wealth of knowledge, including advanced agricultural techniques, architecture, and philosophy. The Jewish community, which had been present in Spain since Roman times, flourished under Moorish rule, producing some of the most important thinkers and scholars of the Middle Ages. This period of cultural exchange and coexistence led to some incredible achievements. The Moors built some of the most beautiful and intricate architecture in Spain, including the Alhambra Palace in Granada. Jewish scholars made major contributions to fields like medicine, astronomy, and philosophy, while also producing some of the most important works of literature of the time. The cultural exchange between Jews, Moors, and Christians during this period was incredibly rich. We see evidence of this in the architecture, art, and literature of the time, which combines elements of all three cultures. This exchange was not limited to the upper classes either. Ordinary people from all three faiths lived and worked together, sharing their traditions and customs. In addition to the cultural achievements, there were also some pivotal moments in history that illustrate the significance of Jewish and Moorish influence on Spain's development. One of the most important of these is the fall of Granada in 1492, which marked the end of Moorish rule in Spain and the beginning of the Catholic monarchy. Another key moment is the expulsion of the Jews from Spain in 1492, which had a profound impact on the country's cultural and economic development. The legacy of Jewish and Moorish influence on Spain cannot be overstated. From the architecture of the Alhambra to the literary works of the Spanish Golden Age, we see the impact of this cultural exchange all around us. Even today, Spanish culture is still shaped by the blending of Jewish, Moorish, and Christian traditions. In conclusion, it's clear that the conquest of Spain by Jews and Moors is a fascinating chapter in history that deserves more attention. By shedding light on this often overlooked period, we can gain a deeper understanding of the complexities of Spanish culture and history. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to share your thoughts on this topic, please leave a comment below. And if you're interested in learning more about related historical events, be sure to check out our video on the Reconquista.